Wellness Rhythm Show. Find your rhythm. Live your wellness.
Y'all, let me tell you about my neighbor, Greg. Fit guy, runs half marathons, eats, quote, pretty clean. Last year, his doctor flagged something in his blood work and he had absolutely no idea what it meant. The culprit? His uric acid levels. He'd never heard of it.
Right, and Greg is not alone. Most people only encounter the phrase uric acid when someone in their family gets gout. And then they picture, a Victorian nobleman with a bandaged foot, eating too much red meat and port wine.
Which honestly is kind of the image, right? But here's the thing though, the science has moved way beyond gout. We're talking about a molecule that may be quietly driving high blood pressure, metabolic syndrome, kidney stress, and accelerated aging in people who look and feel perfectly healthy.
Precisely. And that is what we're digging into today. What uric acid actually is, why it matters well beyond gout, and what you can realistically do about it without turning your entire diet upside down.
So let's start at the beginning. David, for anyone who skipped biochemistry, what even is uric acid?
Right, here's what I've learned. Uric acid is the waste product your body makes when it breaks down compounds called purines. Purines are found in certain foods, and your own cells produce them naturally too.
So it's not purely a dietary thing. Your body is making it regardless.
Correct. About 2/3 of the uric acid in your body comes from internal cell turnover. Diet accounts for the remaining third. Your kidneys then filter most of it out through urine, with a small amount leaving through the gut.
Okay, so when does it become a problem?
When production outpaces elimination. Levels above roughly 6.8 milligrams per deciliter in the blood can lead to urate crystals forming in joints, which is classic gout. But, and this is the key point, research now shows that levels well below that threshold can still cause measurable harm.
That blew my mind when I first read about this. You can have a normal uric acid number on your lab report and still be in a range that's suboptimal for long-term health.
Exactly. Dr. Richard Johnson at the University of Colorado has been one of the most prominent researchers on this. His work, including the book Nature Wants Us to Be Fat, argues that uric acid acts as a metabolic switch, one that evolution designed to help us store fat and raise blood pressure during times of scarcity.
Which was great for our ancestors who needed to survive a famine.
Brilliant for survival. Catastrophic when you're eating fructose year-round and never actually starving.
So let's dig deeper into the research here because I want people to understand what metabolic syndrome actually means in this context. We throw that phrase around a lot.
Fair point. Metabolic syndrome is essentially a cluster of conditions. Elevated blood sugar, high triglycerides, low HDL cholesterol, high blood pressure, and excess abdominal fat. Having 3 or more of those together significantly raises your risk of heart disease, stroke, and type 2 diabetes.
And uric acid is tangled up in all of that?
Deeply. A 2021 review, published in the journal Frontiers in Endocrinology, found that elevated uric acid independently predicts insulin resistance, even after controlling for other risk factors. It's not just a symptom of metabolic dysfunction, it may actually be a driver of it.
Okay, that is a meaningful distinction, and I want listeners to sit with that for a second. Because a lot of us think, oh, I'll sort out the metabolic stuff and uric acid will follow. But the research is suggesting it might work the other way around too.
The relationship is bidirectional, yes. And the hypertension connection is particularly compelling. Dr. Johnson's team demonstrated in animal studies that uric acid directly inhibits nitric oxide production in blood vessel walls. Nitric oxide is what keeps your vessels relaxed and flexible. Less of it means higher blood pressure.
And nitric oxide is also connected to how well we age at the cellular level, right? Like, this is where the accelerated aging piece comes in.
Right. There's also emerging evidence linking chronically elevated uric acid to oxidative stress and mitochondrial dysfunction. A 2020 paper in Antioxidants Journal highlighted the connection between uric acid and reduced mitochondrial efficiency. Your cells literally get less good at producing energy.
Y'all, this is where I have to be honest. When I first started looking into this, I felt a little defensive because some of the foods associated with high uric acid, I genuinely love. We're talking shellfish, red meat, beer, and this one hurt, certain fruit juices.
And this is actually where I want to push back slightly because the nuance matters enormously. Fructose, particularly in liquid form, meaning sodas and fruit juices, is a far more significant driver of uric acid production than most protein-rich purine foods.
So a can of soda might be worse than a steak in this context?
For uric acid specifically, quite possibly yes. Dr. Johnson's research is particularly focused on fructose metabolism. When your liver processes fructose, it rapidly depletes ATP, your cellular energy currency, and one of the byproducts of that process is uric acid. The spike is fast and significant.
Here's the thing though, whole fruit is a completely different story, and I want to make sure we're clear on that.
Absolutely. Whole fruit contains fiber, which slows fructose absorption dramatically. The research does not generally implicate whole fruit consumption as a major uric acid concern for most people. It's the concentrated, liquid, and added fructose that's the issue.
Okay, so let's talk about WHO, and our audience should pay particular attention to this, because we've got listeners across a really wide range, from stressed out 30-somethings to people in their 60s managing multiple health concerns.
Right, so a few groups where I'd say this warrants real attention. People in the sandwich generation, 40 to 55, who are under chronic stress. Cortisol affects kidney filtration and can impair uric acid clearance. That's worth knowing.
And stress eating, which I am absolutely guilty of, often involves the sugary processed foods that spike uric acid in the first place. It's a double hit.
Pre-retirees and active seniors are another group. Kidney function naturally declines with age, which means the body's ability to excrete uric acid also declines. You can be eating the same diet you've eaten for 20 years and suddenly your levels creep up.
That is so important for people to hear. It's not always a lifestyle failure. Sometimes biology just shifts on you.
And then there's the group that might be most surprised. The fitness-focused people, like your neighbor Greg. Intense exercise causes cell breakdown, which releases purines. And if you're also loading up on high fructose sports drinks or protein supplements with added sugar, you could be unknowingly driving your levels up.
Greg literally did not see that coming. And honestly, neither did I when I first learned it. By the way, if this kind of deep dive wellness conversation is your thing, please do hit like and subscribe. It genuinely helps us reach more people who need this information.
Now, practically speaking, what can people actually do? Because we're not here to alarm anyone. We're here to give actionable guidance.
Right, and I want to start with the easiest one, which is water. Staying well hydrated is one of the most consistently supported strategies for helping your kidneys clear uric acid efficiently. It's not glamorous, but it works.
The research backs that completely. A study in the Arthritis and Rheumatology Journal found that participants who drank 5 to 8 glasses of water daily had significantly lower gout flare risk. Hydration is foundational.
Next, and this one I've actually implemented, is really looking hard at your liquid sugar intake. Not your fruit, your juices, your sodas, your sweetened coffee drinks, even the ones that feel healthy in a fancy bottle.
And for those open to it, tart cherry juice has some interesting evidence behind it. A 2019 study in Nutrients found that tart cherry consumption was associated with reduced uric acid levels and lower inflammatory markers. A small glass daily is a reasonable low-risk addition.
Okay, I actually love tart cherry juice, so that's a very welcome data point, David.
I thought you might appreciate that one. Vitamin C also has modest but consistent evidence. A meta-analysis in Arthritis and Rheumatology found that supplemental vitamin C at around 500 milligrams daily had a small but statistically significant uric acid lowering effect.
And coffee, of all things, I've seen some research on this.
Yes, observational studies have found an inverse relationship between coffee consumption and uric acid levels, possibly due to chlorogenic acids. But the evidence is associational, not causal. I wouldn't start drinking coffee purely for this reason, but if you already drink it, it's not working against you.
So what you're saying, David, is that my morning coffee might be doing something useful, and I have your permission to continue.
I wouldn't put it quite like that, but I'm not telling you to stop.
Okay, so if you are walking away from this episode with one thing, let it be this. Uric acid is not just a gout thing. It is a real measurable factor in metabolic health, blood pressure, and how well your body ages. And the single most accessible starting point is reducing your liquid fructose intake. Not all fruit, just the concentrated added stuff, while staying well hydrated. That's it, start there.
And I'd add, if you haven't had uric acid checked in your last blood work, it's worth asking your doctor to include it. It's a standard, inexpensive test, and it gives you a baseline. Knowledge is the prerequisite to action.
Y'all, thank you so much for spending this time with us today. Whether you're juggling school pickups or managing retirement, you deserve wellness information that actually respects your intelligence and your life. That's what we're here for, every single episode.
Right. And uric acid, it turns out, is one of those quietly important numbers. Not the most dramatic molecule, but possibly one of the most underestimated. Until next time.
The show is part of the VoxCrea.ai system. If you want a show like this for your organization without building it yourself,
Go to voxcreel.ai and request a sample episode.